So in this video, I'm talking about pre-workout supplements and pre-workout drinks, which I'm going to start by saying that the best pre-workout supplement or best pre-workout drink for a natural athlete is none. No pre-workout drinks and no pre-workout supplements. I don't believe in any of those things whatsoever. And as someone who has been known for his high intensity training, I've trained alongside some really top athletes who were using everything from banned substances to the latest and greatest pre-workout drinks, and I never had any trouble whatsoever keeping up with them. And I think that the almost universal prevalence of pre-workout drinks and pre-workout supplements underlines a fundamental flaw in how people look at training in general. In that, if you're looking at training from a perspective of growth, both physical and spiritual, you shouldn't even consider the idea of pre-workout drinks. Stay tuned, and I'll talk a little more about this. So in this video, I'm talking about pre-workout drinks and pre-workout supplements, why I don't recommend them, why I don't use them, why I've never used them and never will use them. But before I go any further, I'd like to thank everyone for the tremendous support that we've had so far for this channel. I really appreciate it, and heartfelt thanks. And do be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're first in line to get the new content as it comes out. So on to our topic at hand today, which is pre-workout supplements and pre-workout drinks. Now, it's important to understand that while there are a number of products out there that are used for pre-workout purposes, usually ones that are filled with high levels of caffeine and other stimulants, it's important to remember as well that the Food and Drug Administration here in the United States only requires that safety be proven for any product for an 8 to 12 week period. There really aren't any long-term studies about what happens to someone who uses any type of pre-workout supplement or pre-workout drink long-term. And if you've been around long enough, you'll know there's a long list of drugs and supplements that were commercially available over the counter that now aren't, because over the long term, they were found to be harmful. I do know, and we do know for a fact, that there are contaminants that are often put into a lot of these commercially available pre-workout supplements. I personally had a friend of mine who was competing in a natural bodybuilding competition and tested positive in his urine test after passing the polygraph test for banned stimulants. And while many people who test positive in natural bodybuilding competitions often are very much aware of the fact that they're using drugs, in this particular case, it was different, because I knew for a fact that he was taking a pre-workout supplement, which several months later was found to have the very same banned substance that he tested positive for. So if you're a natural athlete, you should even consider taking something like a pre-workout supplement, because you don't know what they're putting in it. At the end of the day, profit is what drives the supplement market or any market. And by giving consumers a product that gives them a real rush when they're going to train, and to do that, they have been found, as I said, to use pharmaceutical drugs that are not necessarily even approved for human use sometimes in order to achieve that goal. And we also have to consider the evolutionary perspective, which is that human beings have evolved over the past 2.2 million years to eat a certain way and be a certain way. The introduction of something novel like a pre-workout supplement isn't necessarily something that we could call natural. In fact, there's actually nothing natural about it. Now, that being said, there are many studies out there that do validate the fact that using certain pre-workout supplements do seem to have a positive impact on overall performance. But here's something I want you to seriously consider. I never use a pre-workout drink or a pre-workout supplement for one very simple reason. When I train all out. And I have always wanted to be able to train my mind and my body to be in a place that when I require peak performance, I can turn it on at will. The ability to super perform whenever you need to, regardless of circumstances, is something that only comes from years and years of dedicated practice. A spiritual practice, because it's not simply a matter of physical. For the elite in every single discipline, being able to bring that peak performance is something that comes from a true contemplation of what you're going to do before the actual time, and the ability to be truly focused exactly what you need to. Now, by taking a workout supplement, yes, you're going to get a huge burst of energy. It's going to increase your focus. Absolutely. There's no doubt that's going to happen if you take a pre-workout supplement. But what if you could do that on your own? And here's the problem. It's not that we need a pre-workout supplement to be able to do it. It's that the pervasive marketing environment that we're in makes us forget how powerful we are and the fact that we don't need it. And not only do you not need any, if you are focused on using a pre-workout supplement to get a good workout, think about what you're missing out on. I've had situations where I haven't slept in 24 hours, walked into the gym and trained just as hard as I did as if I had a full night's sleep. There's absolutely never a time when I pick up a weight that I don't have a good workout and where I'm not really pushing it. It simply doesn't happen because I've been training now for 33 years. And that's 33 years of working to build my body and my mind to be in a place that I've conditioned myself to be able to perform at my peak whenever I need to. It wasn't easy. And in my early years, of course, I struggled to be able to be on every single workout. But the fact is, I never stopped trying because I never stopped believing in the fact that I had it in me. All I've ever drunk is water. I don't drink anything else besides water. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. And that's what I want you to focus on. Focus on the fact that you have it in you. Believe in yourself. All these pre-workout supplements and supplements in general take away from the fact that you are not believing in yourself. You're always looking for something external to be able to do something that you can do intrinsically. If our ancestors didn't have the ability to turn on peak performance as needed, I don't think as a species we would have survived for the past 2.2 million years that human-like mammals have been on the planet. And so many people talk about functional training, about their training in a way to be functional in their lives. But you can't be functionally trained if you're either a drug or some sort of a product to be able to be at your best. Having someone who knows what they're doing, pushing you, can be even more effective than any pre-workout supplement ever could be. But even more so, if you took your time to prepare for every single workout and see it as a sacred undertaking, an opportunity for you to learn how to be at your absolute best on command, think about how that'll apply to your life. Think about how in every single aspect of your life, if you have a discipline, whereas you're able to be at your absolute best and your absolute peak, something you practice week after week, year after year, think about how much in life you'll be able to accomplish, not necessarily in weightlifting and bodybuilding and training, but in everything that you do, because it applies to everything that you do. What we do in the microcosm of training applies to the macrocosm of our lives. And if we master the ability to be at our very, very best, relying on nothing else but ourselves and trained in that manner, it will pass over to every aspect of our existence. It will help us grow both physically and spiritually. By using pre-workout supplements and by falling into the trap that you need something outside of yourself, you're losing that opportunity. Remember, it's not the destination that matters, it's the journey. And by using supplements in general, you're taking the journey away and focusing only on arriving at a destination, but it doesn't do well for you on a physical and spiritual plane. And I challenge you, if you are using pre-workout supplements right now, to find it in you to take yourself upon a quest to get to that very same level of intensity without it, because you can do it. I believe in you. I really and truly do. So let's focus more on relying on ourselves. And let's focus also on remembering how powerful we are and how powerful we can be. So be your best you today. Thanks for tuning in, and Excelsior.